Good morning, all you beautiful, amazing, gorgeous people out there. Getting my coffee ready. Hope everyone is waking up feeling well today. I am almost out of creamer, so at some point I have to go to the store. Not because we need food, but because I need creamer. Priorities might be a bit off. So, I decided this morning that instead of doing videos in my bedroom, because I do make some videos for my business page, that I would go outside today. So, see if we can get this going. If this feels like Blair Witch Project for the next couple moments, I'm really sorry. Try to make the transition a bit easy. Hey Danny, how are you? Good morning. Alright. So, today I wanted to talk a little more about depression and anxiety. And the reason is because we're all dealing with that right now. And yesterday after I went live, I get messages from people this whole week. Since I've been doing this, I've been getting messages from those of you that are just feeling a little heavy or just want to send me something inspiring. So as normal, I got messages from people that were struggling a bit, and one of the messages that I got, it wasn't that this individual was struggling. She just wanted to point something out, that because yesterday I talked about how I have been somebody who has tried to commit suicide. About 4 years ago, before I got sober, I did, and I ended up in an institution for like a week straight until I could get stable again. And I can say that's not my first go around in a mental institution for that reason. And I'm good and I'm solid now. I don't have those thoughts anymore. I love my life today. So for those people who are really dealing with this kind of stuff, the message I got was from this woman who her brother had committed suicide, and it really messed her up, and she was in active addiction, and she had to go and relocate and get herself sober. So I just wanted to point out, like, if you are somebody who is struggling with this, please keep in mind that, you know, you doing damage to yourself, you possibly ending your life, it affects other people's lives as well. It's not just you. If hypothetically I was, hey Ed, if hypothetically I was to do something very harmful to myself, that wouldn't just affect me. That would affect my friends. That would affect my kids. That would affect my parents. So for anybody that's out there struggling with depression or suicidal thoughts or anything like that, I mean, keep in mind, and I know I am somebody who's dealt with this, it's an extremely selfish thing to do. Yes, life is hard. Yes, life is difficult, but do yourself and your friends and your family and those that love you, do yourself a favor and reach out. I am available if anybody needs help. There are still crisis hotlines out. And like I said the other day, that, I've been reading all these articles about how they're expecting the suicide rate to jump up. They're expecting relapses to happen. They're expecting depression to skyrocket, and it's so sad. It's almost like what we're going through right now is throwing us into another Great Depression in a way. Our stocks have plummeted. Unemployment is on the rise. Everybody's scared. People are rioting stores. It's just really scary. The other thing that I wanted to take a mention about, and I know not everybody that watches this is in recovery, and I'm sorry if you're getting sick of me talking about recovery here lately, because I normally don't, but this is something that's very close to my heart. Hey, Desi. This is something that's very close to my heart because I am in recovery, and I am, battling those nasty thoughts at times. So the other thing I wanted to bring up was I got another message yesterday from somebody who had just told me they had relapsed. And they were kind of struggling, and they were newer to the program. They were newer to recovery. And whenever I say recovery, that's a really broad spectrum there. Like, for me, recovery encompasses drugs, alcohol, eating disorders, sex addiction, gambling. There's being in recovery is massive. So I understand that's a broad term. For me personally, it's more along the lines of drugs and alcohol. It's more along the lines of eating disorders. It's more along the lines of recovering and having a good, balanced mental health. So I just wanted to say, with those two messages that I got, one about that woman's brother and how he committed suicide, and then the other one about how this guy had relapsed, I just really want to encourage people. I understand that we are on this social distancing. I understand that we are in shut-in, but you can pick up your phone. I know it's hard, but you can pick up your phone and you can reach out and you can talk to somebody that needs to be there for you. It's okay. It's not a attack on your pride. It's not something you should be ashamed of. Mental illness is an illness, and it's a really intimidating and scary one. I have been there. I know other people have been there. So please reach out. Do not let your emotions run you to the point that you feel like you have to undo all the hard work you've done in recovery, whether it's eating, sex, gambling, drugs, alcohol. It doesn't matter. Just hang in there. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was I have 3 kids that are at home with me, and all of them have gone through moments to where they've just kind of crumbled and fallen apart. I have a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 5-year-old. So I wanted to talk to you guys about balloon breathing. Balloon breathing is a technique I learned whenever I started really dealing with my depression and social anxiety. Hey, Nikki. And being in recovery, there were a couple of behavioral things I learned. So for me personally, there was 2 different ways I had to treat my depression and my anxiety. The first one, because I was such a crazy mess, the first one was pharmaceutical. So I get these prescriptions, I take them, I start feeling a bit better, but my goal was always to be as happy, healthy, and whole as possible without using prescription drugs. So years of working with my doctor, I finally get off of all of my medicines. The way I'm able to go about that is I have to do something called cognitive behavior therapy. And what CBT is, it's you retrain your brain to cope with things in a different way than what you're used to. Hi, Maggie. So for me, one of the things that I first had to learn how to do, and I've been teaching my little guy this because he is 5 and he's really stressed out with all of this stuff. So, and he's had a couple moments to where he is just broken down over like little things. Like his fuse has gotten really short here lately. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about balloon breathing. Balloon breathing is something that I learned. It's more used for little kids, but as somebody who has dealt with anxiety, and I'm not trying to insult anybody here, I'm using me as an example. When I first started tackling this stuff, my anxiety and depression with behavioral therapy, I had to go to some basics. And even this balloon breathing, even though it's used primarily for little kids, it helped me out a lot too. So I'm going to show you what that is. They say balloon breathing. I actually like to think of a candle like I'm blowing out a birthday candle. But what I do is I have little kids, or my little one, I have him put his finger up. And I tell him, like, there's a birthday candle here. And I want you, with all of your breath. Now, you keep in mind, whenever you're doing this with your little one, they're going to be really upset. They're going to probably be in the middle of the throes of a tantrum or crying and screaming quite a bit. I almost fell off this chair. I'm not even going to lie. And I'm live, and there's no way to cover that up. Hold on. Okay. So, hey, Amber. First of all, I tell my little one, like, he's in the middle of throwing this fit. So I tell my little one, calm down, let's take our deep breaths. This is something that I have been working on with him for at least a year, at least. So I put my finger out, and I was like, okay, Grayson, blow out the candle, take your deep breath. So then, they're crying, so that's about the most you're going to get out in the first time. And I make my little one do it about 3 times. And the object is to get them to fill their lungs with all the air they can and to blow it out very forcefully as though they're blowing up a balloon. The reason I put my finger up is because I think it helps their imagination to pretend they're going to blow out this flaming birthday candle. And like I said, this is something that I've used for myself in those really panicky times. If I'm really struggling going into a grocery store, especially now, going into Shop and Save or Walmart. I try to avoid Walmart because it's just so crowded. But say you're going to the grocery store, even it could be something at a smaller store like Walgreens or Dollar General. If you're feeling anxiety because, oh my gosh, what if the coronavirus is on everything right now? What if I come in contact with somebody right now and I don't know, I gotta go in. It's very easy for those emotions to take hold of us. So before you go in, if you're doing this with your little one or with yourself, you're gonna put your finger up and take that deep breath. And you're going to push all the air you possibly can. And you're going to do it a couple times. And you're going to notice a couple things. One, you're going to start noticing that your head space gets a little light and heavy after doing this about 3 times. Because you're really pulling in a lot of oxygen. And it's going to your brain. The other thing you're going to notice is that those emotions, that anxiety, that stress, has started to go down a little bit. The next thing I notice is that all of a sudden, my thinking starts to clear away. Now, is just blowing on your finger going to help? No, it's a practice just like anything else. You got to keep at it. If you're working with your little ones, it's a lot harder because you do have to be that positive mindset for them while they're acting a fool, so it can be quite a bit difficult. But, just keep at it. Now I don't have to tell Grayson to blow out the candle. Now I can just tell, I don't even have to put my finger up anymore. Now I can tell him, buddy, I just need you to take a deep breath. Hey, Tom. Hey, Alicia. I can say, I need you to take a deep breath for me. And sure enough, he eventually, I make him do that 3 times. And by the time the 3rd deep breath, I'm able to talk to him, able to have a conversation with him about why he's so upset, why he's got so much fear, why he's so sad. This also helps because I'm taking this time out with my little guy. And I'll be really honest, being a single mom of 3 kids and working, sometimes I'm just like, dude, just be quiet. Come on, cut it out. I don't take the time to really ask him what's going on. And I think not only do I do this with my kids, I think I also do it with myself. Like, come on, Rachel, snap out of it. Just move forward. Just go into the store, get what you need, and come on. I get very frustrated with myself, and I don't give myself the time to really process what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. So um, it's nice to be able to have that time with my little guy, because he can tell me I'm upset because of A, B, or C. I'm really sad because of this. Yeah, they're little kid issues, but they are a big issue to him and his little world. And somebody needs to hear that. Somebody needs to say, buddy, I hear what you're saying. I understand you're frustrated. I understand you're upset. But you got to hang in there. You got to do the next right thing, always. So I think that's all I have, my little rant for today. So the next thing I'm going to do, as usual, is my attitude of gratitude. So the first thing is one thing that you're looking forward to today. One thing I'm looking forward to today, it's supposed to be about 66 degrees today. I am pretty sure I'm taking my kids for a walk. I'm going to get outdoors. And I don't know what to do. Is anybody else having a hard time keeping their house clean? I thought naively that with me being home, my house would be clean all the time because I'd be here all the time. That is so not the case. My house is, I'm constantly picking it. Not that it's dirty, it's cluttered. It just constantly gets cluttered. I'll clean up the table and I turn around and there's stuff all over it again. So, as weird as it is to say, I'm looking forward to cleaning my house a bit, just because I don't like it whenever things are put away. So I'm going to clean up my house again, catch up on some laundry, and go for a walk. The next thing is 5 people that are in your life that I am thankful for. So 5 people. I'm going to go with Amber Quintus, because she's always sending me positive energy. Always, always, always. And we all need people like that in our life. I'm going to go with... I always feel so goofy doing this part because I'm just like... Alright. So, Amber Quintus. I'm going to say people that I'm thankful for. My mom and my stepdad. Because they have done such a good job taking care of me and my crazy shenanigans. They are really, really amazing parents. Like, my mom is just amazing. She is... Hey, Heather. My mom is helping take care of my niece. And like, at my mom's age, that just impresses the hell out of me, because I've got a 5-year-old. My niece is 3. And I can't imagine being my mom's age and running after a little one. So I'm really, really thankful for my mom and Guy, which is telling me I probably need to give them a call and check on them. So that was 3. I need 2 more. I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to say my neighbors, Mike and Nicole Rory. They live next door to me. We share a driveway. We all went to school together, and they are really good neighbors. They are such good people. And it is so nice to have neighbors that you can walk outside your door, even during this quarantine, and, you know, say something across the driveway, holler at them, and you know you're always going to get a smiling face. I can honestly say that they've watched me go through my last round of addiction, because I lived here during that time, so I wasn't always the friendly neighbor. And, you know, by the grace of God, those people still love me, even though they've seen all my shades of ugly. So they're really good. All right. So, and again, I just want to point out that over the last 4 days, I have been able to, you know, talk about 20 people in my life that I could reach out to if something was going on. So again, I know I'm like harping on this today. If you are struggling with anxiety, if you are struggling with depression, if you are in recovery and you need a listening ear, reach out to someone. Send me a message. I'm sure there are people that are watching this right now. Like Heather Starman is a good one. She's sitting here watching this. She's somebody you can contact if you needed someone to reach out to. There are more people that you know on Facebook that want to be there for you, especially in these times. You know, they really want you to be there. So do not hide it. You know, I know we want to put on a brave face, but if you have to melt down in front of people, that's okay to do it. And Heather just popped up there. She said, absolutely anytime. You know, I'm going to take a little moment for a personal note. Heather and I were really good friends with somebody who recently passed away, and it kind of rocked our world. I know for a fact it rocked Heather's, because this friend of ours relapsed and he didn't make it. And you know, I miss our friend a lot, and I know Heather does too. So, like I said earlier in this video, if you are somebody who is struggling with depression and anxiety, please keep in mind, if you sit there and do something to harm yourself, it affects all of us. It really does. Those that love you, it really does affect everybody. So please, please, please reach out to somebody before you use. Please reach out to somebody if you're feeling depressed or you're dealing with anxiety. We all are right now dealing with depression and anxiety, that fear, that paranoia. So make sure you've got a network of people around you, because, you know, even if you're not somebody that is suicidal, you could be saving somebody's life just by being a listening ear. And like I said, with this video, the messages that I got yesterday, I just felt like it was very important to talk about this today. All right. So one accomplishment from yesterday that I am proud of. My memory is so bad, I don't even remember what I did yesterday. I took a nap yesterday. I don't know if I can be proud of that or not. Hey, Heather. Oh, you know what? All right, so there's two Heathers in this feed right now. Heather Rinke and Heather Starman. Both of those people would be willing, if you need to talk to somebody, both of those people are good people to reach out to. So now, you know, even if you're not doing this attitude of gratitude, you know, if you're struggling, those are three people right there that I know I'm volunteering you guys, but, you know, there's somebody that you can reach out to and talk to. So there's no reason to hide. Heather Starman said, I missed him so bad. You just made me cry. I'm sorry, sweetie. But, you know, I cried too. I miss Dane a lot. I do. One thing that I'm looking forward to today is, accomplishment from yesterday. I'm sorry. So accomplishment from yesterday. I don't know why I keep thinking about that. It must have been a really, really good nap. I did my video for a meditation. I am proud of that, because yesterday I was having a really bad sore throat, and I've been dealing with allergies. And hey, Darren. So I'm not gonna lie, like during that whole video, I was like, crap, I got the Rona. I got it. Well, I'm losing my voice. I don't want to cough. So like, I was so stressed out about that video. I can say I woke up today and feel 1,000 times better. It is just allergies that I'm dealing with, some sinus crap and some drainage, and that's why I had a sore throat. But I was totally freaking out yesterday and didn't want to do that video, but I got it done, so that's what I'm proud of. If anybody's interested in that video, it's on meditation techniques, and I'm not asking anything for these videos. I'm just asking that you, if you're interested in meditation, to check them out and incorporate it into your life. Yeah, Heather, the other Heather Rinke, she said she misses him too. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. So, you know, during this time, if we can just rally together and help each other out, I think that'd be really, really good. Nathan Miles, it's the nap. That's why you feel so much better today. It probably is. I really needed that nap. And for some reason, sometimes I feel guilty about it, but that's part of my self-care. Is sometimes I need the extra sleep. So it is what it is. 4 was name one thing that you love about the way you look, and we talked about this the other day, that I changed it to, just because I struggle with self-image, I changed it to one thing I love about myself. And today I'm going to go with when I'm not in a funk, when I'm not depressed, I'm fun. And I know that probably sounds so egotistical or vain, or maybe I'm just not used to giving myself a compliment. I'm not sure what's happening right now, but I crack myself up. I can be alone and just laugh hysterically. Like, I don't care if anybody else gets the joke. I also like to pull pranks on people, and yesterday was April Fool's and I didn't do anything, but I also really love to like joke around and laugh. That's one thing I really, really like about myself. I'm fun. By golly. What is my intention for the day? My intention for the day is to reach out to people. I'm going to sit down and make a list of people that I could connect with, call, just to check on. Just because, like I said yesterday, getting those messages from people that were struggling with relapse and depression and all that kind of stuff. I just feel like I need to maybe touch bases with some people I haven't heard from in a while. I think that'd be really good. So just reach out and send some people some love. That's my intention for the day. And then, as always, I end this with 5 deep breaths. I'm not going to do that with you guys. Hey, Donna. Oh, no, you touched your face. Watch them hands, girl. You know something else? Okay, I've been noticing that on all of these videos, I touch my face a lot. A lot. I didn't realize it until I started doing these videos, but like, it's like it's a magnet for it. But yes, Donna, I promise I will go wash my hands, sanitize that stuff. But anyway, I'm going to get off of here, guys. I love you. I hope you all get a chance to get outside. It's supposed to be in the mid-60s today. That's good walking weather. So, you know, if you need to do some self-care, go for a walk. Get your kiddos outside. Have some fun. Get some sidewalk chalk. Blow some bubbles, whatever it is. But do something that puts a smile on your face and a smile on somebody else's. I love you all. Have a great day. Namaste.